Nor does it seem right to pass over an unheard of prodigy, which, as is well known, took place in England during the reign of King Stephen. Though it is asserted by many, yet I have long been in doubt concerning the matter, and deemed it ridiculous to give credit to a circumstance supported on no rational foundation, or at least one of a very mysterious character. Yet at length I was so overwhelmed by the weight of so many and such competent witnesses that I have been compelled to believe, and wonder over a matter which I was unable to comprehend, or unravel by any powers of intellect. In East Anglia there is a village, distant as it is said 4 or 5 miles from the noble monastery of the blessed King and martyr Edmund. Near this place are seen some very ancient cavities, called Woolpits, that is, in English, pits for wolves, and which give their name to the adjacent village of Wulpet. During harvest, while the reapers were employed in gathering in the produce of the fields, 2 children, a boy and a girl, completely green in their persons and clad in garments of a strange colour and unknown materials, emerged from these excavations. While wandering through the fields in astonishment, they were seized by the reapers and conducted to the village, and many persons coming to see so novel a sight, they were kept for some days without food. But when they were nearly exhausted with hunger, and yet could relish no species of support which was offered to them, it happened that some beans were brought in from the field, which they immediately seized with avidity, and examined the stalk for the pulse. But not finding it in the hollow of the stalk, they wept bitterly. Upon this, one of the bystanders, taking the beans from the pods, offered them to the children, who seized them directly and ate them with pleasure. By this food they were supported for many months until they learned the use of bread. At length, by degrees, they changed their original colour, through the natural effect of our food, and became like ourselves, and also learned our language. It seemed fitting to certain discreet persons that they should receive the sacrament of baptism, which was administered accordingly. The boy, who appeared to be younger, surviving the baptism but a little time, died prematurely. His sister, however, continued in good health, and differed not in the least from the woman of her own country. Afterwards, as it is reported, she was married at Lynn, and was living a few years since at least, so they say. Moreover, after they had acquired our language, on being asked who and whence they were, they are said to have replied, "We are inhabitants of the land of St. Martin, who is regarded with peculiar veneration in the country which gave us birth." Being further asked where that land was, and how they came thence hither, they answered, "We are ignorant of both those circumstances. We only remember this, that on a certain day, when we were feeding our father's flocks in the fields, we heard a great sound, such as we are now accustomed to hear at St. Edmund's when the bells are chiming. And whilst listening to the sound in admiration, we became on a sudden, as it were, entranced, and found ourselves among you in the fields where you were reaping." Being questioned whether in that land they believed in Christ, or whether the sun arose, they replied that the country was Christian, and possessed churches. But, said they, "the sun does not rise upon our countrymen. Our land is little cheered by its beams. We are contented with that twilight which among you precedes the sunrise, or follows the sunset. Moreover, a certain luminous country is seen, not far distant from ours, and divided from it by a very considerable river. These and many other matters, too numerous to particularize, they are said to have recounted to curious inquirers. Let everyone say as he pleases, and reason such matters according to his abilities. I feel no regret at having recorded an event so prodigious and miraculous.